This time, we're good. I hope.
Purp ATL versus Reckless One. Both have very well-rounded teams. I guess I'd say Reckless One has the more offensive threat, if I were to say so, overall. But there's that Zorora, very scary. Could be special to counter the Landorus. I know there's someone who's used it before, but the Landorus is faster, gonna be scarfed.
Sheesh. Not how you want to start if you're Purp. Losing your first pick and your best mon.
Yeah, it's always a risk with them. You don't want to scarf them because your biggest strength is your speed already.
Well, yeah, I think
But you
Skarmory
gotta
was an
scout out.
obvious swap there, and normally, you would be running Volt Switch on your Zorora, which doesn't work into Landorus, so I would have liked to have seen a manual swap into Skarmory regardless, but you would have to be on top of exactly Scarf.
You'd think that, but with the Zorora, I personally really like running it physical for its namesake move, the Thunder Fistle Chidori action there. And I typically just don't run the Volt Switch then in lieu of running either more coverage or because of the limited move pool a bit, a boosting move or something of that effect.
Right, right.
There we see the rocks come down as the Zapdos comes in to match the Skarmory. Probably a Heat Wave here. Latios resisting with the Dragon typing. Also safe from the Electric, but could it be an HP Ice? Draco Meteor crushes, but there's a special defense drop. And a drop from the Life Orb. Volt Switch is going to do another little bit of chip and give Reckless a slow pivot into something safe. He's going to go with the Tapu Fini.
Pretty interesting there. We didn't see a defog from Zapdos, so that tells you he'll likely only has it on Tapu Fini.
Yeah, I was going to say we could see it out of the Tapu Fini, which we do. Uses the free swap for that. Superior can also be a defogger, but also all about move dedication. Protect the Scout into a Leech Seed. Superior seems like a decent play, but that poison typing's still threatening it. Perp could go with the switch up, expecting the Superior on double Leech Seed, but the Charizard's going to come in. The Sludge Bomb does come, so he did make the call. Great move to go for in general.
And
The
you
only
have
speed
thick
card.
fat, right? So like I think you keep Venusaur in here against the Zard and just press Sludge Bomb again.
Yeah, it really depends on how the stat distribution is on if it's physical or special. You are still scared of those stab dragon claws coming out after a dance, but the Charizard has taken a big hit from that entry. Could have Roost. Azumarill just going to come in to check both typings. Goes straight for the Flare Blitz, more chip damage, but the Azumarill goes down to 56, could still Belly Drum, but very risky.
Problem with this move is the water stab is not super effective. So yeah, you risk getting outsped there, and here now you're just kind of under the gun.
Yeah, and even though I said very risky, he would have been at 6% and been able to try and push some damage with the Aqua Jet, but now his Azumarill is at 56. This was probably the best scenario for that. Venusaur going to come back in. The hidden power super effective. The thing
Oh,
about Superior is you really want to hit that
house.
stab uh, Leaf Storm first to get that boost. Your hidden power is just not going to hit hard enough without a boost or an ability or something going into it.
Yeah, and we're gonna see another Sludge Bomb right here. Will he swap to the Bisharp in
Hey, quick
preparation for
question.
that?
Is there a way for me to know what hidden power he just used?
No, you have to
No, you have
guess.
to guess based on context.
But you know
Okay.
it's super effective.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay, probably coming in because it didn't deal that much, which is probably because it could be an HP Fire or an HP Ice, both of which covered by that thick fat. Venusaur, such a hoss. Love me a Mega Venusaur. They're protecting the scout, Sludge Bomb to just make the proper call on the Mon. Not willing to let the Superior get any opportunity to set up here.
And Reckless has got to be swapping here. So
It's
let's
gotta be
see
the
if,
Bisharp.
yeah, let's see if Purp goes for the Leech Seed. Nope, goes for the Sludge Bomb. And, you know, definitely the safer play to just press Sludge Bomb, but at this point, this is still an okay matchup for you. You really don't want to let Bisharp just press a free Sword Stance with you swapping out. I think you want to get Leech Seed in here.
Yeah, it really depends though, because protecting your Venusaur, it really is what's holding you up after losing the Zorora early. But there we're gonna see the Iron Head come out, not a Sword Stance setup, so nothing set up, but he did lose his second Mon, 6-4 here.
Yeah, I don't really understand that swap in. If you're going to swap to something, you got to go to Skarmory. It's your physical wall. Couple spots here where Perp should have just gone to Skarmory. And,
Okay, here it is. I imagine he'll just reestablish rocks here.
yeah, it'll get back to the Tapu Fini loop, but this time, and we'll get back to Venusaur. The problem is I think Reckless now realizes the Bisharp's pivotal role against getting the Venusaur out. But again, you know, with a Leech Seed and potentially a Giga Drain, you can fight Bisharp as Mega Venusaur.
And there's a knockoff, so a good knockoff on the Skarmory, but we do see the chip damage still come through in that Bisharp doing that attack. Going down to 64%, and like you said, it is so important in this matchup. Gonna go for a Sword Stance. He's planning on planting with it now. Skarmory's gonna heal up in anticipation for a battle.
And this is fine if you're Perp. Like, even with a +2, like, you can take a hit from this thing. Like, get this thing out of here with a
But if
Whirlwind.
he
There it
goes even
is.
beyond,
Yep.
and there is the Whirlwind, he
Yep.
does have it.
Beautiful.
I'd like to see him just kind of spam out a few more Whirlwinds and just kind of let Reckless try and make some plays into him.
Yeah, Landorus doesn't have much against Skarmory unless he's scarfed, so he's going to be all attacking moves. Um, likely, we'll
Yeah,
probably just see him U-turn out.
yeah, and I'd appreciate the U-turn because the U-turn's just going to allow the rocks to come. But no, he sets up his own stealth rocks. That is a great value. But
Oh,
the
and gets
Zapdos
the
rat him out.
Zapdos! Huge! That's what he needed. That's really
Oh,
what Perp needed
wow.
there.
Big.
Yeah, and we're down 5-4. Perp coming back in it with this Skarmory. His defensive core is still there in this matchup.
Mm.
Depending on how the Scissor's built as well, it could be a Sword Stance. We have seen him do that before. Defog going to come out, clear up both rocks. Venusaur in to check the Tapu Fini. And now's where I think he has to just go for the Leech Seeds.
Does Leech Seed work in the Misty terrain?
Yeah, it is not a status. It gets around a lot of those things.
I would
Just
like
not
to
so
see that
playable.
just in general, the Leech Seed. Oh, and it
Oh, but a miss.
misses. Yikes.
Ooh, I missed.
Big tough there. But even still, I think you're still okay by pressing Leech Seed. Iron Head will probably hurt that stab steel, but sheesh, it's going to be a tough. The Skarmory is the safer play here. Oh, and goes for the Sword Stance. You're still fine with the Skarmory. You can still just press Whirlwind here if you want. Let's see what Perp does. Because the +2, oh, just the manual swap on the Zard. Yeah, and presses Whirlwind. Nice
Yeah, he
swap.
needs
Now you get
to.
a Stealth Rock.
They'll both probably just rock here, but the
Yeah.
Landers would then be locked in. So a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
mind game here for Reckless. He could U-turn, outspeed the Skarmory to try and get the swap in before the rocks.
I'd like to see
Trying to
U-turn.
reestablish
Yeah.
the
Oh.
Charizard. He does U-turn.
Is he going to
See if he
go
tries
Oh.
to
to...
reestablish the Charizard expecting rocks.
Pretty big thing here. That Sturdy is procced now off the... 197. So he might go for like hidden power ice here.
He brings in the Superior, but the big thing about the Superior, as stated before, it really needs to get its boost up before it goes for the hidden power. Venusaur going to come in to be the check. Glare going to come out, just going to go for the incremental value. Love seeing that.
I want to see just leech seeds.
Yeah, Glare being such a great move, being that normal typing, able to get onto the ground Pokemon. Not affecting anyone in Purp's team, but still great speed play here. Potentially going to get some free turns to try and chip out that Venusaur a little better.
Yeah, the Sludge Bomb there I think was a little bit greedy. Reckless is on you and has swapped to Bisharp the last several times. Until he proves he won't, you really can't risk that. But another good swap into Skarmory. Gonna see a Whirlwind here. I mean, there's really nothing Reckless can do about it. It's awesome.
Yeah, with the rocks up, it really throws a kink in the plan, and we see there the
Oh!
Charizard going to take a big hit there.
Let's see if he has Roost on the Zard.
I wouldn't even be surprised if he just tries to go for the kill on the Skarmory, but no, just going to roost up, expecting the Whirlwind. Landers will take Chip, get an Intimidate. Skarmory's damaged just by these Pokemon crashing on the rocks.
The thing about Tapu Fini is it's probably still a decent matchup against Skarmory. Yeah, there he goes to it. But a
Yeah,
Whirlwind is going to come in, yeah, and this is another good matchup for you. I mean, this is classic Skarmory.
yeah, you got to be able to get some incremental value off these Mon, and then we're going to see a knockoff. The HP being lost from the Bisharp's item there because it knocked off the Rocky Helm before. Superior going to come in. He's just got to keep trying to land attacks, expecting the Whirlwind to continue. He could also go for a Glare here to try and break the Skarmory there and get a free turn in. Venusaur going to come in potentially to absorb the Glare. The hidden power is going to come out. Definitely fire or ice hitting that Venusaur. That thick fat just insulating it so well.
And this is that same spot where I think you just gotta risk it and press Leech Seed. Superior really can't do much against this Venusaur. It's already paralyzed. The grass move isn't great. I mean, I guess you could just start powering up and see if the Leech Seeds and Paralyzes work for you.
The big call on that needs to be on that Venusaur's first entry. And then he can go for a second, expecting the Leech Seed on the call. There's the Sludge Bomb. Good respect to the Superior, though, because the Superior can take over the match. The Bisharp is still being chipped down. Good progress is being made. The Skarmory still at 70%, and a Sucker Punch coming out.
Yeah, I don't get Sucker Punch there across the board. The Venusaur is not pressing an attacking move into you, and he's Purp swapped to Skarmory the last several times with the Bisharp. So will we see Roost here? No, he just presses Whirlwind, says screw it, and gets some good hit on the Landorus. We will see a Roost here, but this is kind of risky. Landorus is Scarf, though. It will outspeed, so actually there's no risk in the Roost here.
Yeah, the big question is the Landorus' move pool. If it has something that can attack into the Skarmory, even just for neutral. He's got good slow, only 26%. Skarmory holds so sturdy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that.
4 Mon to 4 Mon, but the Skarmory just being such a wall with the Venusaur. They're foiling each other beautifully in this match.
I'm okay with that him having that move on it, but right there, that's really tough.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a Rocks get set up, something to try and push forward a bit.
And here he's just gonna go for it like he had in a previous spot. This is a spot where you gotta press Sludge Bomb regardless. It's fine. Yeah, you're getting Chip on the Bisharp. Now you can go back to Skarmory. It's healed up. It's
forcing Reckless into a pattern. Just keep taking
great.
rocks damage.
Yeah, he hasn't been getting the Tapu Fini in the rotation. to clear things with defog as well as the misty terrain. So it's just been tough.
Oh, but Venusaur's gonna stay and go for the sludge bomb, predicting a swap.
Yeah, I would have liked to just see you go to the Skarmory there regardless. Like, nothing really threatens you anymore.
This is an odd situation because the Bisharp is what counters the Venusaur. The Venusaur's definitely going to go for some kind of synthesis here. The Bisharp will be able to go first. Will the knockoff kill? It does.
Ooh.
But it will die to its life orb in the recoil.
This is tight now. I mean, you had a pretty good position with the Venusaur there. You could have just swapped a Skarmory. You had the safe Skarmory play. I don't really get why you sacked the Venusaur there. He was over 50% HP.
I gotta say, this match is now all about that Charizard. It's gonna have to take the rock, so it's gonna be low. The Lottie's gonna be able to kill it, but the other two Pokemon both being Steel, it may take some roost to be able to Flare Blitz through them. But yeah, you don't want to go into that immediately. Latios going to come out. Probably going to switch immediately here.
Yeah.
Will we see this Scizor? Does Latios have the coverage moves too? Especially with that psychic typing.
Oh no! Oh no!
But immune with the fairy.
Oh
The
no!
Moonblast is going to kill the Latios. That's really going to free up this Charizard to take over.
This is bad. I don't really know what was going on there, but either way, I think at this point, sheesh. I think at this point you gotta get the Skarmory out and maybe just press Whirlwinds. Like you gotta do something here.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those moments where you're just in the heat of the battle and you're thinking right is left and left is right.
Yeah, tough there. Fairy typing with the dragon. Not gonna be good there. Here comes Scizor. He does have the bullet punch, the priority move. Will he have sword stance?
If he has the sword stance, I would love to see the sword stance now.
Yeah, me too. Will Tapu Fini have like hidden power fire here for Scizor?
And if he's expecting the Charizard, he needs to go for the U-turn.
Presses
the defog's gonna come out,
defog.
clear up the rocks for the Charizard. The U-turn is gonna come out expecting the Charizard immediately.
Yeah, I don't really like the U-turn there.
But Skarmory can come in here and now reset the rocks.
Yeah.
Charizard could come in immediately as well, so we could see a Whirlwind if he's expecting the Charizard to enter. Or if he has a damaging move, he could try and push his damage in now. Knockoff gonna come in, Roost from the Skarmory. It's topping it back off to the 100%. Tapu Fini gonna heal it from the leftovers. That's Tapu Fini's really big weakness, is steady healing. But it's also just very well statted, so it just pushes damage and pushes the game forward. But we're gonna see more knockoffs coming out. Doesn't have a Surf or something to attack better into a Skarmory.
Yeah, I don't understand. Was Reckless expecting a manual swap there to the Scizor? Like, I don't really get what these knockoffs are about.
Yeah, because now he could be caught in a Whirlwind trap here. The problem is, though, that Skarmory is not topped off. That Charizard is still very scary. The Defog's going to come out. The Whirlwind comes out, so the Defog beats the Whirlwind. Great call on move selection there. And now the Charizards hit the field safely.
It's still a decent matchup for you in the Skarmory, like even with the fire move. Oh my god, it crit. Jesus. That is the one thing that is just... That's tough. It's really tough. Now you really got to send Scizor out here and just, I guess, hope that you can kill with Bullet Punch. I don't know.
It's time to pray to the Bullet Punch. It's time to pray to the Bullet Punch. If Scizor can crit and kill here, then it can sweep the rest of this team potentially.
Yeah.
U-turn not forcing the swap being super effective into the superior.
Oh man. Oh! go.
Lives with
And
5%.
there's the
When
Flare
the Flare Blitz
Blitz.
comes out, it will die to the
Oh
recoil.
man, what a game!
GG.